Enter.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Here we are again. It's me, NeSe, with...
Desigokey.
And we are here with Universe.
Bonjour, bonjour.
Ani, NeSe.
Oh, it's a beautiful, beautiful evening out. We found number 3. Did you say in the archives somewhere? Somehow, album number 3.
Yes, we are on number 3, or ABC, me here
Jumping up and down.
for joy. And because you do not know what we know that this is number 3, and we're bringing it here for you
Absolutely live.
with Woogie Foot in the background.
Yeah.
And we are listening to the album Make Believe.
Woohoo!
Make Believe. And actually, it has become my normal rhetoric when instead of saying I believe, I now say I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it weighs a lot more than saying I believe than saying I believe.
A play on the words.
And of course, I'm going to play with many words as I can.
Right?
It kind of keeps me out of trouble.
Somewhat.
We always apologize for amateurs in our midst.
Right. Play long and prosper. The theme. The play. Fun. Life. Wintertime. Mild winter this time of year, especially in this part of the country.
Is it mild though?
Yeah, it's pretty mild so far.
Maybe as far as the accumulation of snow.
There you go, yeah.
But as far as it being winter and coldness, we've had our bouts.
Mhm.
And it's only going to get worse because we are now in January.
Right.
Towards the end, we got an incredible synchronicity occurring.
Right.
An incredible alignment occurring, an atonement, an attunement. The galactic celestial bodies, along with the heavenly sun and the moon and the earth, are all getting into position.
Right.
For what?
The big bada boom. Once in a blue moon.
Oh, way more than that.
Right.
I think. Let me try to think of what the full title of it would be.
Okay. But there's 2 of them happening. And yet there isn't a full moon in February, technically.
Yes.
Talk about that a little bit, Kevin.
On the 31st of January, we are going to be having a once in a super eclipsed blue blood moon.
Wow.
All of those
Whoa.
things together are happening next week, January 31st. What? January 31st? Last time you were talking, it was January of this time?
Yeah. And now,
What's going on?
right?
Did we travel in time?
Had to have.
Or did you travel in the illusion
Right.
of the talk tick? Who knows? You do. And Jim Jones knows. Jim Jones. Wow.
Things ain't lining up.
Yes. And speaking of crazy, Jim Jones winter, the once in a super eclipsed blue blood moon.
Wow. That is a long title. That is around the corner.
If you have your pipes,
Right.
I suggest you smoke them.
Mm-hmm.
both of them.
Right.
I also would strongly suggest that you do ceremony, because how often does something like this occur?
Right.
Our ancestors knew. The Mayans knew.
Yeah.
The Hopi knew. The Lakota, Dakota, Nakota. The indigenous people knew. But you know who doesn't know?
Who would that be?
Joe and Jane American. They don't know. What do they know?
Right.
What do they know? Well, let's look at it. What do we know as Joe and Jay American? We know that the majority of the food that we go out there and purchase has no nutritional value to it.
Right. Dead food. No life. What is it? GMO? I don't know. That's what they call it.
Pesticides, herbicides. The morticians are joking in the fact that they don't have to use as much formaldehyde or embalming fluid on us because we have plasticides. Plastisuicided ourselves? Plastisuicided ourselves. I like that one.
There you go.
So we know that.
Right.
We also know that the American dream isn't out there for the populace.
What?
Maybe the elitist.
Right.
You know, but I don't know if it was Hitler's second-hand man,
Whoa.
right-hand man, left-hand man, someone in the clan of Hitler. He
Right.
made the claim about keep them having a little bit of hope and you'll still be able to control them.
Oh. Whoa. Okay.
And are we being controlled?
Yeah, look around.
Talk tick. Talk tick. Did you make it to work today? Did you punch in? Did you punch out? You punched in and you punched out. You mentally punched out. You said, beep, 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 knock him out. And you
KO.
zombified yourself by punching in and going through that arduous day because you got to get those shekels, those rubles,
Ooh.
those dinar, those dollar bills.
Dollar bill,
The
y'all.
gold. Got to get the gold. Or the fiat funny money.
Right.
Or the zeros and one data currency. But you need it. Or you want it. You want it. You need it. You
Right.
need it. You want it. You want it. You need it.
Never had it out with a U-Haul.
You need it. I think you need it to an extent.
Right.
But unfortunately, we want more than what we need. And if we could somehow figure out how to make our wants correlate with our needs, then I think we'd hear something like a ding-a-ding-a-ding, we have us a winner.
You are on the back of a hearse.
Not like Charlie Sheen,
Unlike.
not with Tiger Blood,
Right.
not like the Minnesota Vikings,
Ooh. Right.
the purple and yellow, and the green,
Right.
and the red, and the blue. Oh, I forgot. Philadelphia is green and white, correct?
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
I think it is green and white.
Yeah.
And then we have the Panthers that are black and
Yeah, Brother Man told the colors.
oh, what
the
color
other day.
were they? What were the
Was it-
Panthers?
Was it orange? Orange and.
God, I want to say orange because if it was orange, it would just be too beautiful because it would be all colors of the color wheel.
Yeah.
All colors.
Right.
The Vikings were purple and yellow,
Right.
so you got a primary and a secondary.
Right.
And then you got red and blue, the Patriots,
Right.
which are total primary, both of them.
Right.
And then you got Green Bay Packers, green,
Yeah.
which is another secondary color.
Right.
And then you have white.
Right.
So from white to the Panthers black.
Uh-huh.
And also the Panthers have orange,
Right.
which is another secondary color. So all 4 teams completed the whole wheel, the color wheel, at that last game.
What?
And ironically, unbeknownst to me, because I predicted that the Vikings were going to go on the sole reason because their jerseys were purple.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And the whole thing of Prince and purple color being a royalty. However, I totally forgot about the green, the Eagles,
Right.
the Patriots, because who is a patriot? What is a patriot? Is a patriot someone that says, "Oh, I believe in America," or is a patriot someone who fights for what's right? Whether they're in Honduras or Russia,
Right.
or North Korea, or America, or in Fargo, or Moorhead, or Duluth,
Right.
or wherever you are here with us enjoying the universe together, yelling for whose team? Their team? Our team? My team? Whose team?
Right.
Team Humane Beings.
Oh.
If I must placate to a team,
Who
you
might
know,
that be? Yep.
I would have to, if the team would be called anything, I would call it Team Humane Beans, and not like refried beans or pinto beans,
Right. None of that.
or garbanzo beans,
Yeah.
or lima beans, or baked beans, or Boston baked beans, right by Massachusetts.
Right.
Patriots.
Oh.
Here we are again.
Yep. Right there again.
So who's going to win? Not us.
Right.
We're not going to win. Not at all. We are not going to win anything at the Super Bowl.
Nor.
and what are we going to lose? Talk tick. Because how many hours did I waste watching organized television? I mean football. I mean sports. I mean iTunes. I mean my iPhone. I mean Facebook. I mean chocolate. I mean sugar. I mean what did I waste my time doing?
Right.
Because you always find something else to do except what needs to be done. Because I am a hypocrite.
Ooh.
And I deserve the gun.
Uh-huh. Loving that tune in the background.
Yes.
It's going with what you're talking about.
Yes.
You gotta love that. Give it.
Right.
What was that
Bye
word again?
bye.
Cataclysmic.
Make believe. Cataclytic exteriorization phenomenon. Synchronicities, coincidences. When the alignment occurs. But
Okay.
then, when the alignment occurs, just because it doesn't go, I'm salivating. Where's my master Pavlov? Oh my God, a talking dog. But where's my master ringing its bell because school has started?
Ooh.
School has ended.
Uh-huh.
It is lunchtime. It is X-Files time.
Uh-huh.
It is time is an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
No time.
None.
Because the illusion is the talk tick of death tiptoeing
Okay.
towards us.
Talk, tick, tick, tock, talk, tick.
Avon calling.
Ba-doing.
Because when the Reaper comes for you, he's coming for you.
tock, tick, tick, tock.
So, a needle pulling thread,
Right?
fa, a note to follow so. Here we are again, pondering.
Pondering.
No low, no to no high. However, if we take the opportunity to utilize the tools before us to engage our intellect so that we can critically think in a higher concentrate of illuminated logic based upon thought and feeling and meeting in the middle of the throat to come out with my voice to share with universe that I am here if you need, want me, let us know. Because I would be the first one to jump on Highway 94 and start rolling towards Washington disease and saying stop with the insanity. Because I'm just saying in an insane world. I'm just saying in an insane world. I'm just saying in an insane world. Beep, bonk, boodaloop.
Boodaloop, boop.
Right? So, now that we've saved the world again, is anybody going to help us? Of course, there was no plan there.
Right.
I had no plan. Well, I have a plan.
Right.
I have a plan, but I don't know if anybody has the time, talk, tick, to listen, to hear, to be here with us. So we're bringing it to you this way, that way, up, down, right, left,
around,
back. No, forward. Forward. We are rolling.
Right.
Here.
Why'd you do that again, Kevin? Roll again for governor.
Right.
Speaking of rolling.
Wouldn't that be the crazy thing to do?
Why wouldn't it be the greatest time of it all?
Right.
Right now. To do that again.
Yeah. Wow. Wouldn't that be an interesting announcement?
Wouldn't it be though?
For wow, don't get me started. Don't get me started. I guess I should stand up for something. It's been such a long time.
2018. What do we got in the background?
The sonar.
Correlating to.
Do you hear?
Yep.
Do you hear? The sonar. Is it an alarm? Is it an alignment?
Sound.
Is it a time meant for
vibration?
Vibration.
And language.
In language, in field modality, in frequencies, in electric, magnetic, sound, sight, fields of glory.
Zap Mama, healing the crowds, out breaking it down into the shrouds of the people, the healing, sound, vibration, language.
Right, because if you break it down, give the breakdown, it is all fields. It's all fields.
Right.
Everything is fields.
Right.
And all we do is enjoy the fields without realizing the real lies that are here with the manipulation of these fields.
Right.
As the super full eclipsed blue blood
ecliptic
moon as the earth occults the moon. It's going to be super duper interesting.
Woo! Heavens, the heavens, the gates.
Heaven's gates.
Open.
Oh my gosh, no.
No.
No heaven's
Don't
gates.
even mention heaven's gates.
We can mention it because it was all a government op. It was
Right.
all bullshit. Ooh,
Right.
there we go. Yeah, it was all manipulation. It was all, yeah, purple. Remember?
Yep.
They were all in purple.
Yep.
Purple, purple, purple. It was part of the whole starting of the purple. And you're gonna see that more and 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 more.
Right.
I don't see the light, brother.
No.
I don't see the light. I don't feel it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't taste it. I don't smell it.
Therefore.
The light shall start
Right.
sooner than now.
Uh-huh.
So,
Right.
right? Did
That's
you do that?
The eighth, yeah. Madeline.
Madeline Island.
The eighth,
Stopping place?
maybe.
Or was it the seventh stopping place?
In that book, Uncle
Yeah.
Man's book, he kind of mentioned it. No, not there. One of them, or like that, but I don't know about it being the eighth. Madeline Island, I have to look into that more. But Turtle
So-
Island.
3 men are in a boat, and they
Yep.
all have a joint,
Okay.
and they want to light it.
Yeah.
They want to fire it up. They want to spark it up.
Mhm.
And all they have is a wet match.
Okay.
How do they light that joint?
Friction. How do they like?
How do they spark it up? How do they get fire to that joint? How do you do it? Rather simple. You take the wet match and you throw it in the water,
Ooh.
because then you just made it a little lighter.
Huh. Is that from back when you were in the Navy? Is that where that come from?
I don't remember where that came from.
Okay, it's a good one. I like it.
Yeah. Got a ton of them. Not mine. But if it gets a little chuckle or something, I may share it.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I wonder if there's a shelf life on jokes.
Hmm.
Because like that joke there,
Mm-hmm.
God, I can't remember how long ago I've heard it before.
Huh. That good.
Right?
Like that tune in the background.
Right? Wookie Foot. Once again, a shout out to Wookie Foot, Mark, wookiefoot.com. Come and check them out if you have the opportunity. It's a highly enlightening visual escapade of subsonic funk jazz rhythm that'll make you want to shake your
He hit you
appendages.
up about a week or two ago. Called from the Big Island.
Yeah.
So
Quiet.
right. So that's good to hear from them.
Right. But yeah. But I'd rather hear from you guys. And if you want to get a hold of us, how can they get a hold of you, Desi?
Desigokey, DESIGOKEY @gmail.com. So you can get a hold of me. Look
I'd
forward
say it
to
again
your
slower.
DESSIGOKEY excuse me, @gmail.com.
And if you'd like to get a hold of me, warn me first, then just reach out and touch me. Don't startle me.
Right.
And yeah, just reach out and touch someone. But make sure that it's consensual.
Please.
So don't want to get in trouble.
How do we get a hold of you there, brother man?
Just call out my name.
And
you know wherever I am, I'll come rolling. See that play?
Yeah.
There? No, you can go on the super technical highway
Okay.
and through your mails of E,
Okay.
you can send me one at HIGHLARIOUSNESE at gmail.com. Hi, HIGH, Hilarious, NeSe, NeSe, at gmail.com.
Wow. Okay. We'll put that down on the notebook. We're always hoping and looking forward to hearing from you guys.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
ahead.
Finish that so I can, yeah.
Right. So we're looking forward to hearing from you. We found the third album. NeSe found it. How did that go again, Kevin?
We found something.
Right.
And that's why we're here, and we're going to see if this can bing, bang, drop, pop, and lock, and really soon, really quick, like within the next day or two. See how quick things can happen. So this would probably be the most relevant to you listening to this right now is
Harmony
a
player.
illusion
Shangri-La.
of time that we are caught within.
Yeah, I'm loving that time with that moon coming up. I'm telling you, it's in the air. And,
It was all very good.
mm-hmm.
No one had a bad trip.
Right.
It was all very good.
Thus,
Be safe.
so far.
Always have a tour guide
If you can.
if you can. And I'm always willing to be a tour guide. Because if you're going to open up your pineal gland, you should take a moment and maybe understand that the gateway, the portal that you open up may go more further from your mouth out your butt.
He's a poet and he don't even know it, but his feet do show it. And you gotta know it. That thing's just
Wow, I love.
inside.
I think this is Joe on the horn in the background.
Mojo.
I do like some saxophone.
I love that. Blowing the horn without the scorn.
Well,
Cut the
that was a bummer. We'll try that again.
Go ahead.
Talk too much.
Okay.
I'm babbling on again and babble on, but I always enjoy it if what I'm sharing is enlightening and the thunder will follow
Joyous.
in a storm or in a clear day or in the winter, which is a interesting thing. Have you ever heard of that? Of the omen of thunder in the wintertime?
No. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, apparently our ancestors, the Anishinaabe people, we've lived here so long that there were giant prehistoric animals
Wow. Okay.
and birds
Mm-hmm.
that were so big they could fly into a village and start taking our young ones and our elderly. And in the fall, like when the snow is starting to come and it's getting really cold,
Mm-hmm.
you know, just like all birds, they migrate. Okay?
Okay.
However, if the weather gets warm enough,
Right.
they'll head back up towards the north.
Okay.
But in the spring, most of the hunters are all out and about trying to get game for the winter because they got to stock up.
Okay.
So there's not a lot of warriors in the village. So what could happen?
Yeah. They could fly right on by. Essentially.
Well, all the warriors would be gone.
Right.
They'd be out, or not the warriors. Oh, I hate that term. Well, I don't hate it. I strongly dislike that term because warriors infers war, fighting war, and I'm against war. I like the idea of defenders more so. And but all of the defenders, all of the men that were well equipped in protecting with bows and other weapons of the Anishinaabe people, they were out hunting food.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't in the village protecting the village. You know, there was only like a minimal support there, you know, in women and children and the elderly. And so this was a pivotal time. If all of a sudden the cold turned it into a hot enough day where the giant thunderbirds could come back up north, it could be a dismal thing because they could come into the village and just chomp, chomp, chomp. Because if you look at some of these, you know, the rock, that prehistoric bird they call the rock, it could pick up a baby elephant.
Whoa, I didn't know that. That is a lot of power that the Thunderbird is capable of if it was able to do that kind of a feat.
Well, and if you look at the Thunderbirds around the indigenous Thunderbirds and how they're drawn,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of those Thunderbirds look like the Thunderbirds you see in the museum,
Yeah.
like the skeletons. But there also were images of these flying entities, you know, on deer hides, on scrolls,
Right.
on cave walls, on carvings, especially up in north of Minnesota, right on the Canadian border,
Mm-hmm.
up there at the petroglyphs on the teaching rocks.
Right.
God, I wonder if I can find a link to that.
Mm.
I'm going to try to link that to people, but God, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Kichimanadu.
Right.
But some beautiful, beautiful things.
Right. The Thunderbird.
The Thunderbird, yes. And so when the Thunderbird, you know, they say the sound of the Thunderbird was like the thunder, loud.
Mm-hmm.
So you think of these prehistoric birds, you know.
Yep.
I've heard some ravens and I've heard some eagles and stuff where they've made some loud noises. You know, imagine a bird that was big enough to pick up a baby elephant. So I'm sure that makes some loud noise. Kind of
Imagine,
remind you of the thunder.
Right.
You know, but then it also goes into that Thunderbird of the Mark Murphy, Irish, little tribute to the Irish. It's Mark Murphy. He's singing this song about drinking. Not that I can tell you that it's a good thing that any of you should be doing any kind of drinking. I'll tell you that if you're going to do any drinking, like maybe you should come and drink with me. Because I don't drink the alcohol. I'd say drink a little toadstool. If you're going to drink something, drink a toadstool tea. Drink a little toadstool tea. And come and play with me. Marcus Murphy. But
The Thunderbird.
The Thunderbird.
Carrying out the elephant.
the Thunderbird, I also believe that it is an interpretation of Planet X, Wormwood, Nibiru, the Blue Kachina, the Red Dragon,
Elaborate.
Revelations,
My
Hopi's
good
Prophecy, the Mayans,
All
the
of that?
Seventh Fire Prophecy.
Talk about that a little bit.
So as stuff is happening in the greater unknown beyond our comprehension on a larger perspective of the macrocosm of planets in their elaborate dance around each other in their elliptical orbit, there is a extra entity that is returning,
Okay.
and it having the equivalent mass of a brown dwarf, a dead brown dwarf star, and the mass of Jupiter.
Wow.
then it's going to have an electromagnetic effect on all of the planets. Like the billiard balls on a pool table,
Right.
if you think of them having a magnetic field of the denotation of a magnetic field.
Mm-hmm.
And so in this whole aspect, they're going to pull
Karen?
and push against each other.
Uh-huh.
And as this occurs, it's going to have changes on the rest of our solar system.
Mm-hmm.
One example is that we have this thing we call the asteroid belt,
Mm-hmm.
where there's strong belief and proof that it was once a planet. And as these comets go flying by, these meteorites go flying by, these asteroids go flying by, we're sending out probes to go up there and test and see what they're made of.
Mm-hmm.
And we're finding out that all of these comets are pretty much made of the same thing, whatever the planet was that blew up.
Huh.
But not only that, there are other planets that blew up also.
Huh.
If you look
Yeah.
at Saturn with
Uh-huh.
its rings,
Yeah.
the rings of Saturn have taken billions of years of rotation of that electromagnetic field to grab all of that debris
Yeah.
around Saturn and pull it into a record like with the grooves of the rings in that incredible flat ellipsis that it does.
Right.
You know,
Uh-huh.
that's a phenomenon that is kind of hard to comprehend, because if you think of that ball in the center spinning with a whole bunch of collective little particles in its orbit from lower atmosphere to its highest atmosphere,
Mhm.
that is able to hold the attraction of all of these particulates,
Right.
whether they be the size of Earth,
Mm.
because there are in the rings of Saturn
Uh-huh.
planetoids that are the same size as Earth.
What?
Yes. And if you look at Saturn and Jupiter, and then there's the sun,
Mm-hmm.
three major heavenly bodies
Yeah.
that are causing a push and a pull on all of these other heavenly bodies.
Uh-huh.
From Mercury to Venus to us to Mars to the asteroid belt, Jupiter, and then on the opposite poles in denotation of the ideology of poles with an alignment above and below the sphere,
Uh-huh.
there are these huge clouds of meteorites that have been captured in Jupiter's orbit.
Oh.
Now, every time that Jupiter in its ellipsis
Yeah.
goes around the sun, sometimes it's closer to the sun and sometimes it's further away from the sun.
Uh-huh.
And we are at a time where Jupiter is closer to the sun. So because of this closeness, it's pulling on those asteroids or meteorites
Yeah.
that are surrounding the planet. And so if one of those meteorites break free or asteroids break free, it will fall towards the sun. And then it will have to pass through the asteroid belt.
Okay.
And when it passes through the asteroid belt, like that pool ball, it could collide and move another asteroid bigger than it was and ripple and ricochet. And next thing you know, all of these asteroids are being pulled into the sun.
Uh-huh.
Well, the elliptical orbit of Jupiter is a lot longer than ours. We go around the sun, I can't recall how many times faster then Jupiter goes around once. And so when Jupiter is in that elliptical orbit of when it is closest to the sun, all of these asteroids are being pulled to the sun, and we're dodging asteroids.
Dodging. Really?
Really.
Uh-huh.
Listen to the song. Get out of your way. And I actually believe if you all have the opportunity, get a pair of night vision glasses and go out and look at the stars.
Yeah.
Go look at the stars with night vision goggles, and I promise you, you will realize that we are not alone. We are not alone. I promise you, in 15 minutes, within 15 minutes, even with like a simple $100 pair of night vision goggles, go out in the middle of darkness and on a clear day look at the stars, and you will call me, yes, yes, we are not alone. We are here, we are here. However, there's always a bigger fish in the sea.
Yeah.
I used to teach breakdancing a long time ago.
I can tell by the way you're moving there.
I'm popping and locking the shoulders, rocking, not stopping, listening to the Wookiee Foot here, babbling on in Babylon with all of you. And I don't mean to throw fear at you.
No fear.
I'm not saying. Oh, none of you speak chicken, right? That was me being Chicken Little saying, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. Run, run, run. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the cycles aren't stopping because you are. And if you're not going to align yourself, you're going to realize how out of sync you are, because we have this incredible opportunity to sync with this full moon, this eclipse. I would suggest maybe put out some of your objects of energy, of power.
Get out of your way.
Put them outside and let that eclipse hit your objects. Let those fields recalibrate. Direct light. Direct reflection of the Almighty Sun in turning the blackness into light, lead to gold. Your soul is positive and negative. You are within the center of you being who you are, perfection in the ultimate uniqueness of the individual. So take pride, joy, and bliss in recognizing you are the miracle, and you have been blessed and continue to be blessed in the mere fact that you are alive at this moment with us. Tomorrow, today, or yesterday, at this point of the segment, we start talking and talking and talking, but where is the action? Are you moving while you're listening to me? Because I know I'm sitting on my ass, but I'd like to stand for something. So if you could give me something to see worth standing for, I'm there for you. The verse, if you're here for me, I love you.
Love you.
Aww. And in the background, there's Wookiefoot again.
Mark and JoJo.
So, give us your questions. Give us your comments. Oh, that's right. This is out on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes, this is on YouTube. I'm thinking that you're listening to. Tell us what you think of the logo. If any of you can do a logo for me with a cannabis leaf behind the Thunderbird and with sweet grass, grandma's braid in a ring tied with like a hide type thong. Or a string, and with some tobacco leaf rolled around the edge. Any of you Shanobs are artists, I'd love a new logo. If you guys have any ideas, please incorporate them. I would greatly appreciate it. And Desi's just talking crazy about me rolling for governor or senator. Or
would be a wonderful idea in 2018.
Or state representative, or mayor, or garbage man, or sheriff. This town ain't big enough for the two of us, partner.
All of the above.
Yeah, rolling for us.
Right.
Rolling for us. Rolling, rolling for cannabis. Cannabis.
All the way to the Capitol again.
To home or cannabis.
Right. It has a ring to it.
The Cannabis Resolution Party. I'm always up for advocating for cannabis. Very, very much so. And I'm even starting to think that we should no longer treat 420 as this great inspirational day.
Yeah.
Because it still bothers me that it is Hitler's birthday.
Yeah, what up with that?
And so I was starting to think of this idea that on the new moon or the full moon of May, isn't that planting day?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Isn't it the new moon of May? And it should be at the beginning of the month.
Yeah.
And that's, when you start planting your seeds. So I think that should be a good cannabis day.
Right.
So maybe like the first full moon after the equinox. March, April.
Yeah.
Because then we're not tied to just that Hitler's Day.
Energy.
Then we're following the moon cycle.
Harmony.
You think?
Yeah.
Couldn't hurt.
No.
Couldn't hurt at all.
Right.
Of course, you know what? Someone's going to be saying that we're pagans.
Again. Born again.
Heathens.
Born again heathen pagan.
Born again heathens. Born again pagans. Born again Anishinaabe. Shanobs.
Right.
Two Shanobs highly thinking.
Sound, vibration, and language.
Vibration.
The harmonic toning. Atonement.
Right? The dark crystal
Yeah.
was bright again.
Yeah.
Illuminated in the union.
Illumination. Through,
Excuse me, I need to take a drink after that vibrating in my throat.
the Winnaboozoo and the Nanaboozoo. Wintertime, we can bring up that name as well.
Right?
Names a little bit.
Well, I always like the idea that Wayne Boozhoo and Nana Boozhoo were two different people.
Uh-huh.
However, they were the same.
Right.
That it was the good part of man and the bad part of man. And they were constantly at squabble with each other, trying to teach each other a lesson.
Uh-huh.
And that's that symbolism of the sphere or the magnetic ball having polarity or denotating a dichotomy, which is wrong because we talk of the whole, or I talk of the Holy Trinity, positive. If you say it's north, then the center, which is balance or neutral,
Uh-huh.
and the south or negative.
Right.
You know, you have to have that. You have to have that polarity, that duality, that God, what's the best way? I'm going to put a link in there of this gentleman who's brilliant at sharing this better than I can about fields. His name is Ken Wielder, and his book on electromagnetism is phenomenal. And I just recently found out that he also has a YouTube page. And I didn't know that even after I read his book. So I'm like, wow, talk about synchronicities.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, shout out to him. That guy is a very, very intellectually stimulating, gentle man. And I mean that in the regards of the words. The guy is a gentle man. Gets a little angry, thus the angry photographer. But
The angry photographer.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So Wayne Boozhoo and Nana Boozhoo.
Yeah, did they literally walk the earth at one time? Kevin or
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but everything needs to be taken with a grain of salt, and if it's something that you can utilize as a tool within your own thought process of teaching you the difference between right and wrong,
Yeah.
then utilize it.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be the Bible, whether it be the Quran, whether it be the Torah, whether it be the Birdies, the Vegas, the Shinto works, and all these different great works of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really do believe, unless there is a manipulation in the actual brain to where it is not working on a average,
Mm-hmm.
where there is a hindrance, some kind of retardation of its proper function.
Right.
If that is occurring, then I think an individual will have a hard concept of what right and wrong is.
Right.
Because I think we all know what's right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do strongly believe that there are individuals out there and families out there and bloodlines out there and secret societies out there that will purposely desensitize their children so they will placate and follow along with their upbringing to have no emotions when it comes to being the elitist, the ruling class, to be fine with having, what is it that takes a human to say, I need more than $1 million? Because
Right.
do you really need more than $1 million? And in today's standards, $1 million isn't a lot.
Right.
But if you utilize it in a well manner,
Yeah.
it will sustain you for a long time, especially if you live simplistic.
Mm-hmm.
Very easily will sustain you.
Right.
And so why? I don't know. I don't know. Why do we make the choices we make? Because we know how to live. We know that if we step around our immediate local location, that where you are will dictate how to live.
Right.
And what you need to survive.
Mm-hmm.
And this goes back to the wants and the needs. Where Wenabuju and Enabuju were teaching lessons of wants and needs and going through life and challenges and overcoming challenges and being defeated. Also, because there were times when Wenabuju and Enabuju got the crap beat out of them.
Right. Are we at the end of the album?
No, we're only at the beginning.
There you go. Positive and negative.
Of the next time you get to be here.
Right.
So, miigwech. Thank you, Desi, for being here.
And thank you, NeSe. It's always an honor.
And so that's the end of number 5.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So, thank you all for being here. Keep your comments coming.
Get you miigwech.
What?
Keep them coming.
What is that?
Igu wabamin minawa.
Actually, I knew that was coming.
Right.
But if I remember, that's all it was.
Thank you, thank you.
Apegish bimad ziwe wien. Toodles.